this all happened shortly in the early afternoon. Started out around about 1:30, 2 o'clock. Roger and I were riding out that particular day on our horses, with a pack horse, and we've been down there for approximately 3 weeks. When I say approximately, I can't remember whether it was the last day of September or the first day of October that we arrived in the area. But we were riding out that day to stay further back into the mountains that weekend. It was on a Saturday, to do a little more investigating, because what took us down there in that area was 3 different sizes of footprints in the fresh dirt, where they had started building logging roads about 3.5 miles from where we camped. And so anything that would leave a track in that fresh dirt where they were grading and blading roads back in to make a road for the logging to soon happen. I assume, I don't really know what was going on as far as the logging part itself, just that they were starting to build roads. So, like I said, Roger and I started back with our horses, with a little pack horse with our sleeping bags, and the camera and so forth that Roger had. We went around a bend in the trail, and I don't know how many of you folks understand what the downfall big root system of a tree, which stood about 10 to 11 feet tall, had caused the creek to reroute itself around it. When we come around this big tree, the creature was standing on the other side of the creek, which would be, the creek was about 25 to 30 feet across, about 18 inches deep in water in the fall of that time of the year, and we were another 20 feet from the creek when we first saw the creature. And I was riding behind Roger on my horse. Roger was riding a little quarter horse. I was riding a big, tall quarter horse. Roger's horse just, I have said in the past, Roger's horse blew up. But I have to be careful about some of the things that I say, because people say, well, how can you blow up a horse? Well, what I really meant, Roger's horse just spooked and kind of threw a fit and was jumping and lunging around, and Roger was trying to get his camera out of the saddlebag. He finally managed to do that, ran across the creek and started up the sandbank with the camera to his eye and slipped and fell, or didn't slip, he just stumbled and fell down. So then he jumped up, and if you've seen the film footage before, you will see that shaky part in the beginning, and there's really nothing in it. It's just, and so when Roger got up, stabilized himself on the log, a downfall log there, then that's when the film footage started, where you folks have all been able to see it real plain. And so that frame, I think it's 352, 351, somewhere in there. Roger wanted to relocate, so he asked me to ride across the creek. Well, he didn't ask me to ride across the creek, he just asked me to cover him. Well, we both had rifles in our saddlebags, in their scabbards on the saddle. So I rode across the creek, and I knew if it turned around, I couldn't shoot from the horse, because he was lunging and jumping around. So I stepped down off the horse, and that famous film footage you see when she turns, it's on this belt buckle I'm wearing. She makes that turn, she never lost the stride. She kept right on walking. And that's what that turn was. She turned to look at me as I stepped down off the horse. I took the rifle with me, but I never raised it up, because I had no reason to do that. She kept right on walking away from us. As you see in the film footage, she walked as if she was just walking away. She wasn't trying to run, or didn't seem to be, other than just getting away from us in a cool manner. And so we, Roger had been taking film for all of the scenery on the way up there, the scenery of the trees, the fall leaves and the maples and so forth that had the red and yellow leaves on them. And of course, I'm not a cameraman, so I didn't know much about what was going on. But Roger, I wanted to get back on the horse and follow her. And Roger did not want me to, because he said, I'm out of film, Bob, and I'm here and I don't want to be left alone. I don't want to be left here without anything. So I went, while he was getting film in the camera, I went and caught the horses up, brought them back, and we attempted to follow the creature which way it went. And I say her now because I never realized that it was a female. At the time, I didn't even know what a female looked like. I didn't know really what a Bigfoot looked like. So I was kind of a skeptic until that particular day. And so if any of you folks out there have ever had a sighting or anything close, you'll probably be like me. You'll never forget it the rest of your life. Thank you very much.
Wow.